Right guys, welcome now to Finch Friday, and it is the final Finch Friday of 2017. So thank you all so much for watching these videos over the year. They're some of my favourite to do because it's directly answering your questions directly. I asked a question for this Finch Friday a few weeks ago just before I went away on holiday, but didn't get to answer those questions. So I've got loads and loads built up. What I'm going to try and do is pick out 5 that I've not answered before, same as usual, and then get on with them forthwith. So first question here from Bailey Lewenden. What was the biggest personal improvement in your golf over the course of 2017? It's hard to pinpoint anything in particular. I would say that my consistency in competitions improved. So I was very rarely shooting big numbers apart from a couple of occasions. And I was very much hovering around the kind of 2-3 over to 2-3 under mark, which is fine. But one of my big goals was to try and get much lower than that this year. And I think overall, although my golf technique has improved, so my full swing technique, and I'm a lot more knowledgeable, I think, about my swing after undergoing lessons myself rather than just giving them out, I think that next year will really be the one where a lot of that comes to fruition. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. I think the one thing I'm desperate for in 2018 is just an injury-free year. That's basically all I want. I just want an injury-free year so I can play all year and give the Quest for the Open a good shot, because over the previous 2 years I've had a hand injury and a wrist injury, both of which as a golfer you just can't get around. So hopefully an injury-free year 2018, and that should see some of the work that I've done come to the fore. So this question from OPT Golf: considering your achievements over 2017, what are your aims for 2018 and any exciting brand deals we can know about? I think as far as my channel is concerned, I've got quite a few different goals that I want to try and achieve. Obviously I've got my playing goals, which are interlinked into the videos as a whole. So the battleboard video, if you've not seen that, I will link that up here so you can check it out. As far as the channel is concerned, I want to try and get up to 200,000 subscribers. So I've got the 200k giveaway. If you've not entered into those, please do. And by the end of that, it's going to be an amazing giveaway. So I'm really looking forward to getting to that point. And there's loads of other goals that I really want to try and achieve video-wise. So changing the style of the videos slightly. I've got some good ideas that I really want to crack on with. As far as brand deals go, yeah, there's one massive one so far, and I think there may be some more heading down the pipeline. So the first big announcement that I'm going to be able to make is on, I think, January the 5th, certainly just at the start of January. So stay tuned for that. It's a big one. It's going to affect my content a lot as well in a positive way. So I'm pretty excited about that. So this question from Andy.Mac.Amac at Finch Golf: out of all the new golf balls released in 2017, big and little name, which do you think made the biggest impact on the market? I think beyond doubt the biggest impact this year was from the TP5, TP5X. They, for me, were the best ball out there this year, and I've seen a lot of players who use premium balls switch from a Pro V1, Pro V1X into the TP5, TP5X. I think that for me in the premium ball market is an absolute standout. The one thing I'm not 100% sure about is some of the less premium balls, so some of the cheaper price balls, how they performed. I'm in a lucky position where I use and I get to test out the very best balls for free. So that's where my main focus is. As far as some of the cheaper, lesser models, if you want to look at it like that, that don't have that same ranking, if that makes sense, within golfers' minds, I think the Vice golf balls are coming on strength to strength. So they're coming out of Germany. I think some new releases onto the market, like the Encore, was great. Tested that one as well. There's so many smaller golf ball manufacturers out there now producing really good stuff, like the seed balls. I think I've got some seed balls. This is the SD15 Country Mile. I've not actually hit these yet. I think I might put these into the giveaway as well. Or have I put them into the giveaway? Anyway, seed ball. These are out of Ireland, and when I tested these, the premium ball that they do, it's a lot cheaper than the Pro V1, and it performed really well. So it just shows that a small company that is very infancy can make really good products. And I think that's one of the best things about the golf ball industry now, is there are so many different options to choose from. And when there are more options to choose from for golfers, that generally will drive down price unless you are that super premium. So for a lot of golfers, this is nothing but good news. So loads of questions about custom fitting. This one from J_R_Brown18. Will custom fitting see an end to manufacturers claiming 20-yard gains on new drivers each new release? It basically goes on to say if you've been fitted once every 2 to 3 years, surely that will be good enough to bridge the gap in technology. And generally, yes, I do agree. Every 2 to 3 years, if you want new clubs in that time frame, the technology will have moved on. I certainly think it's not leaping on. The one thing that I found with custom fitting, certainly this year, is depending on the fitter that you go to, on that particular day, generally they may be able to eke out a few more yardage points. But I think once you get fitted into a good driver, which is giving you very, very good numbers, then the difference between them all, it's getting less and less. You know, most of the manufacturers are producing really, really good quality products now. Personally, I'll probably be looking at a driver going into the start of next year because there's going to be a lot of new releases coming out. And also my M2 that I'm using at the moment, so it's not this year's M2, it's last year's M2. That overall is still an absolutely amazing driver. So if you are looking to get a new driver for a slightly cheaper price or a second-hand driver for a good price, the old M2 is still absolutely superb. So I'll only switch out of that if I can find something which I think is giving me a little bit more distance, a little bit more consistency. And that's going to be a hard thing to do. Question here from Rich Chamberlain 2712. Hi Rich, how you doing, mate? What was your favourite trip this year? It better be the California Cup, which Rich was lucky enough to win a spot at. I think the California Cup was fantastic when I went over there. It's the first time I've been to California, so that's always a bonus. I've just been back since, and I really, really do love it on the west coast of the US. So that has to be a highlight. I think I'm extremely lucky in what I'm doing here with YouTube, that I get to go to so many amazing places. It's hard to pick out single trips that blew me away, but I think some very special places that I've been to. Lake Nona over in Florida, so on the East Coast, but it's such a unique environment to go into. And likewise Loch Lomond up in Scotland. That was that this year? Was that late last year? No, we're okay, I'm not losing it. Loch Lomond was just amazing, just amazing. I might actually play the intro to it. So that was the intro to the video to when I went to Loch Lomond, which is super, super exclusive. So unless you're a member or a directly invited guest, or as I was that day with Galvin, you're just not going to get on there. And it's just so beautiful up there. It's so beautiful. And by the looks of it, next year, we're going to be doing loads as well. So stay tuned for some pretty exotic locations. And when we go to these places, it just allows us to create different, new, exciting content to give back to you guys, and obviously allows us to travel and see these places as well. So it's awesome. And we'll end on this question here from Pete Rod 16. What are your guidelines in finding a teaching pro during the winter? To be honest, your videos have done more for me than some lessons. Cheers, all. Thank you very much. I say this to every lesson who comes in to me at the Quest Golf Academy at Prairie Sports Village, that YouTube videos, which is probably the reason why they're there in the first place, and some of the distances that people travel for lessons still astounds me and humbles me, and I'm very grateful for that. The one thing that I always tell people when they're coming for a lesson, YouTube videos are great up to a point, but like you've seen with the Golf Along series, those videos will help a lot of people, but they're very generic. They have to be, because they're trying to appeal to the wide number of people who are watching the videos. Nothing will replace individualized coaching from a good coach. So if you are looking to try and find a coach whose style that you like, use YouTube videos. And there are a lot of golf instructors out there who do use YouTube. Try and find a pro in your area who is releasing content if you want to go local. Check out what they think about the swing and then go to them for the lesson. I think it's very hard to find a new golf instructor and trust what they're saying and get on with them well if you don't know them beforehand. So that's why using the YouTube videos, releasing this content for me is fantastic, because when people come in for a lesson, they know the style of my coaching, but they also know me. So there's very little awkwardness when people come in for a lesson because you already know me. And it's a great pleasure for me to get to know the golfer who comes in. So I think having that type of ability to be able to speak to people who already have a knowledge of what you're like, I think that's a fantastic thing to have in a golf lesson. So if there's any way that you can research your pro in that way before you go in to see them, absolutely super. Right guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic New Year's celebration. Thank you for joining me over this year for the videos as well. I will see you early in 2018 for more content, and it's going to be an incredible year. 2018, I'm looking forward to the most. 2017 was probably my favorite year ever, and I think next year is going to take it up another notch. I cannot wait. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Follow me on my other social media platforms as well, and we'll see you down here next time.